Welcome, everybody. It's another edition of The Sports Hole. I'm your host, Luke. With me, as always, XFL Jim, rock and roll Matty Goldberg. Boys, what's it doing?
What's going on?
What's it doing? Jim, what's going on with you? Matty and I will get into our shenanigans in a minute.
It was a very weird week with no football.
Oh,
Yeah.
It was weird getting adjusted. I cleaned my I over the last week and a half, I've let my apartment kind of get to a shithole situation.
Uh-huh.
yeah.
And it really came to a head when I was putting my boots on last Thursday, and I was like, oh, this looks just like awful. And then while I was putting my boots on, my chair that I was sitting on just broke and I fell into a bunch of garbage.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you don't keep your shit clean for XFL Jane?
She doesn't come to the apartment ever.
Wow.
Never?
No, I think we know why now.
I come to her place. I go to her place.
She's never been to your place.
Never. She's been outside, but since she had that really bad back surgery and I'm on the top floor and there's no elevator, she doesn't come up here.
Well, good thing she doesn't know you're living with a couple ladies up there.
Oh, shit. Good thing she doesn't see how big of a shithole it is.
Yeah, you're living a double life with a family and 3 kids.
There's a gym out there probably that does have that, Matty.
Yeah. It's happened. I see those shows where those girls go on. They're like, he was perfect. He said he was going to marry me. And then, he has a family and, it happens.
Other than that, I just kind of did a deep dive on the coaching carousel this weekend with all the weird shit going on for college.
Yeah. What was your biggest discovery here? What did you?
I think we're going to see more coaches when they're potentially gonna have a really bad year.
Yeah.
Just drop out and go be a coordinator. We saw a lot of head coaches to coordinators.
So there's more. So of course the big one was Chip Kelly.
The biggest one was Chip Kelly. Sean Elliott of Georgia State also left Georgia State to go be a tight ends coach at South Carolina.
So Chip Kelly is the OC now of Ohio State. Is that how it is?
Yeah, because Bill O'Brien is now the head coach of Boston College.
Right.
So
they had hired Bill
Kelly.
O'Brien, and then Bill O'Brien was sort of
waiting.
waiting.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, and then he got a.
And then Chip Kelly. Bill O'Brien? Does anybody get excited when Bill O'Brien's your OC or your head coach?
I mean,
he was a good OC.
Fans were excited.
He was a fine OC at Bama.
Mm-hmm.
He was all right, and I don't know, maybe the right situation, he could be a good head coach in college.
No, he wasn't bad at Penn State.
That's the thing everyone goes back to is Penn State.
Yeah. And that was a mess program. He took it over with just an insane situation. Excuse me.
But also, shout out Kenny Amatololo getting another job.
We're at
San Jose State.
All the stuff.
Brett, I told you I did a deep dive. So Brent Brennan, the San Jose State head coach, went to Arizona where he replaced Jeb Fish.
Okay.
And now Kenny Amatololo, who was the UCLA tight ends coach at the time, is now San Jose State's head coach.
Wow. Congratulations, Ken.
Let me ask you a question.
You might remember him from Navy. He had a couple.
He was the Navy guy. Okay.
Yeah, lots of great Navy teams.
Let me ask you a question. This might be a weird question. Is there more pressure being the Ohio State OC or the UCLA head coach?
I think there's more pressure just being a head coach because the blame usually always comes on to you no matter what.
That is true, but Ohio State is a whole ball of wax. They've lost to Michigan, 3 years in a row now?
There's pressure there, but
pressure.
I think all the pressure at Ohio State right now is on Ryan Day.
Yeah,
that's true.
It's Chip Kelly. You feel is just as sort of a mercenary. Okay, give me 1 year here, and then I'll try to wait for a better opportunity.
I think Chip Kelly Chip Kelly specifically strikes me as the kind of guy that he might just be a coordinator now, because if he notorious for not loving recruiting already, recruiting has only gotten worse and harder.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they say
he might just want to call plays.
Well, I see that's fun, right?
I don't know. I think if he got to a school that had a good NIL, because they're saying the problem at UCLA was he wasn't, he's in his 5th or 6th year, and the fan base wasn't excited, so the boosters were not kicking in, and so he would recruit these guys, and then when it gets to money, he just
let me ask you another question. Is Ryan Day feeling pressure from Chip Kelly? And Ryan Day's an offensive guy. I mean, if you bring Chip Kelly in, he obviously runs the show. Isn't that going to get a little
Well, Ryan
complicated?
Day said he was giving up play calling duties.
Yeah.
Like that was something he said in the offseason.
Which I don't know why, because he's had a great offense almost all the every year, So
maybe he wants to focus more on the head coaching aspect because there's been some decision making and some intangible stuff. That's what has cut. Like I would say over the last 3 years where he's been losing to Michigan, no one would say that the offense overall has been a problem.
Right.
And more often than not, the defense hasn't been a problem. There's just been like key decision making and ways to play a game that have been the problem. So maybe if he focuses more on that.
Sure.
Because they're going to have like the best defense in the country this year.
You think so?
With how many players they're bringing back, it's insane. They should have the number 1 defense in the country. They're going to be scary good this year.
Yeah. Well, we'll see.
They're going to be nuts. Also, I guess shout out Bill O'Brien for getting another job, and then Deshaun Foster is now the head coach of UCLA.
I remember him as a running back. He was a good running back.
He was the running backs coach for the Raiders.
Yeah, it's a big job. So he was at UCLA too. He's a UCLA grad. I think he'll do a good job.
It'll be a rough year. This is going to be a rough year for him.
A rebuilding year. And are they in the Big Ten?
Yes.
Oh, it's going to be rough.
And then also the other coordinators, like we remember Sean Elliott left Kent State last year to go be the OC at Colorado.
Mm-hmm.
And Kane Womack, the head coach of South Alabama, who's actually a really good G5 in the Sun Belt, which is one of the like top 2 G5 conferences, is now the defensive coordinator at Alabama. And now they have Major Applewhite.
Oh, Major Applewhite.
Yeah, I remember Major Applewhite, baby.
Yeah, Texas quarterback.
Watching him play. God.
Yeah, he's the head coach now.
Wow.
Yeah, quick question. Who's the wide receivers coach?
Matty,
I'm San Jose State.
Not gonna know it.
Come on, man.
I'm not gonna know it.
Loser.
Maybe it's not even hired yet. Who knows?
Gotta be somebody.
I just love the Bill O'Brien thing because I'm a sucker for guys who are like, they have a job for less than 3 weeks.
Boston College just seems like a place you can't win.
They're going to be so bad. They're going to be so bad.
I mean, nobody's won there in years. Well, I mean, they might win 6 games.
They will not win 6 games this year.
I mean, every once in a while they win 6 games, but basically they're 5-7, 6-6.
In my opinion, there's no reason Boston College shouldn't be as good as Syracuse.
Well, from what I hear, they cut their sports big time a few years ago.
Yeah, they probably don't give it a shit. So
they cut it. But when I was younger, they were a top 15 team. They had a big upset against undefeated Notre Dame in the 90s. It was a massive game. They were a big time program. Their coach was the coach of the Giants. What's his name? He won the Super Bowl with the Giants.
Oh, shit.
And the Jags. He coached the Jags, too. What is the name? Tom Coughlin. Yeah, he was great with the BC Eagles. He was their coach. He was their best coach for a good 6-7 years.
Yeah, that's the problem with those schools, though, is once they get a good coach, he's not going to last, Yeah.
But Boston College has been a mess.
They're a terrible mess. Also, sucks for Georgia State because Sean Elliott leaving, he left during spring training.
So the basketball player coaches baseball now? I mean, football? Like that's
different. Yeah.
Different. I remember Sean Elliott, the basketball player. Yeah. Arizona.
No, for Georgia State, he left. This is one of the later ones that I've ever heard of. He left during spring training. So they have spring training on pause until they get a head coach.
Oh, shit.
See, I would like to be an OC or a coordinator because you just manage what you love. You don't have to manage the whole team. And probably for Chip Kelly, it's like, I'm an offensive guy. I love offense. Less pressure, less job, less people to answer to. Just make the offense amazing. But I think with Ohio State, the pressure will be on because they're losing Harrison, who's a god, but they keep bringing guys in. They're always going to bring 5-star guys in, but, there's a big target on your back when you're coaching there, for sure.
I'm never going to cape for college coaches because they make so much damn money. This has got to be maybe one of the toughest times to be a head coach in college football because you're juggling NIL and the transfer portal all at the same time, which has got to be crazy.
Well, it's weird that Nick Saban got right the hell out of it.
Well,
He's just like, all right, I'm out of this.
I mean, it was a good time for him though. Like
Yeah.
he's got I mean, he's old. It's just not worth the more, the headache, and he just couldn't dominate that way.
All right, here's a trivia question. Who's the defensive coordinator of the Washington Huskies?
Oh, I assume it was whoever followed Jeb Fish.
Yeah, but guess who it is?
I have no idea.
It's a famous coach's son.
Oh, it's fucking Belichick's son.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it's Steve. Yeah, because they're
How do you think
basically
he'll do?
Washington. They're doing like NFL 2.0 over there. I think he'll do fine.
You think his dad's gonna come in there and help out and do a little ghost coaching?
You think he might?
That'd be funny.
Yeah, I mean, you got to protect your son, right?
I
If
think
he
he
loves
might.
his son, he will.
If he loves his son, he'll come help coach the Washington Huskies.
Yeah.
What's he gonna do? Like just sit there like on the sideline?
Let me tell you something a little about myself, boys.
Get that
I love
food out of your
football.
mouth first. What the
I love football. As I wipe my nose, I love football. When the season starts, every Saturday, Sunday, I got my computer open. I got fantasy. I got DraftKings. I'm betting on games. I'm live betting. I'm parlaying. It's a crazy time. I'm watching Monday, Thursday, sometimes Tuesday, Wednesday, and then this week it's gone. It's all over, and I feel empty. Always that first Sunday that it's over, because I spend so much time watching it and betting on it, and every Saturday, Sunday, from I wake up till I go to bed, and now it's gone. But sometimes it's okay because it's so intense that I need a rest. But luckily, I got to see Ween this weekend, and I forgot all about.
Yeah, what perfect timing.
That is great timing.
Super Bowl ends one Sunday.
Yeah.
Next weekend, we're doing 2 nights of Ween.
Yeah.
It's fucking kill. I mean, imagine if that was during football season. You'd be conflicted.
That would have been tough. I would have watched all the games Sunday and then watched the game Sunday on my phone, and they would have gone at 8 o'clock right when the last game ended or something.
Yeah.
Or even Saturday would have been rough too.
That was funny. Yeah, Jim, you missed a hell of a show. Or
Two
shows.
shows.
Yeah. It was
Did
amazing.
you guys go to both of them?
Yes,
yeah.
we did. Believe it or
went...
not, there was some brawling. There were some fights.
Ooh.
There was girls living out of their vans. We went to
we met a girl
meetup, which is basically like sort of hippies just selling their knockoff merchandise.
Yeah.
For a lot of money.
Ween has somehow managed to get this small their following are like these real crazy hippies that like follow the dead or the fish. And they're crusty, they're weird looking, they're very nice, but it was drag night too, so a lot of guys were wearing dresses. And then it was in San Diego or near San Diego, and there's that kind of
the beach
surf
bros.
punk there that's like a little tougher, that wears the billabong with the tattoos, and they were throwing. I heard there was just brawls. They were beating the shit out of these people, and it was not usually what happens at Ween shows. So
you didn't get into the Ween pit, Matty?
No, they played for 3 hours. So the first night we were pretty close, and I was like, I might faint because you're standing and everybody's going nuts, and I made it. It was so good.
Yeah.
But the second night I had to go a little in the back because it was a lot, and there was a little more abrasive people on the second night, like looking for trouble. And I'm like a dorky little guy, so but it was awesome. They still got it. The music was great. They had 2 great sets. Like the first night they play like most of their big songs, and then the second night they play a lot of like B-sides and songs they don't usually play. And it was a cool time, like having fun with Luke. We spent a lot of time together. I brought my other friend Dave, who's a whack job, and he was a fascinating guy, and he drank a lot. He drank all Saturday, Sunday. How many beers do you think he drank?
I think for a beer drinker, like I don't think it was really that much overall compared to what Jim probably pushes down a
when I'm going with a beer, I'm not usually a beer guy, but when I'm going beer, it'll be like 14 to 20.
What do you guys
a,
drink?
a
Modelo?
day or a weekend?
In a day.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, that may, like, if you're drinking
If I'm
all
going like
day,
all day, that's
Right,
not crazy. All day, that's not
no,
crazy.
because like you figure like if you can drink 2 an hour and still pretty much legally drive. So if you
you mix in a
space that
water here
out
and
over
there, you're
8
fine.
hours, it's not bad.
That's one beer. That's
yeah.
Thunder Johnson.
It was
And
really
beer-
cool. This was one of the most fascinating bands I've ever seen live because you listen to their records and some songs really pop on the record and some are just like, okay, this is a decent song. But the way they record kind of makes them a lot of songs a little lo-fi affair. And then when they put them into, they start running them through these big amps and stuff on stage, they become completely different songs. And then they extend songs and jam out certain ones that you're just not expecting. They closed last night with the song Fluffy. That was
God, it's great.
kind of a little joke song. And then they turned it into like this
Beautiful country ballad.
Yeah, like this 12-minute solo.
I mean, they'll play a song that sounds like Prince, and then the next thing they'll play a country song. And it's crazy because when people are like, play me a song of theirs, it's hard to play one song because every song is so different. And, for their age, they're in their 50s. They can still do it. Like, the musicianship is so good.
They have such like a wide discography.
Yeah.
Genres.
Yeah, it's all over the place. It goes from like totally drugged out cough syrup high sounding album to the country to like straight rock and ballads. It's all over. And that's what's cool about it is like the people that go there aren't just expecting like the hits. They want to be surprised. They want something new and
songs that they never heard. But Luke's
songs,
friend went. We're like, how many times have you seen him? He's seen him 70 times.
And now this is like a school teacher too. He's not like a hippie or anything like that. He's a really cool guy, smart, funny dude. And
so
I didn't even know when we met up with him before the show, and he's like, "Yeah, this is my like 70 or something."
Yeah, and him and his wife, they do. So they tour like sporadically because they're a little older and they have families. So like they did 2 shows in Arizona, 2 in San Diego, and he went to all 4. And he wanted more.
Yeah, and he's like,
crazy.
Now we're all talking about meeting up in Montana to see.
Yeah, I want to go. How far is Montana from Nebraska?
Oh, that's where in Montana.
You got to go up a couple states, I think.
It's far. I'll tell you that much. It is far.
Bring your lady.
One that Mississippi. What's the one?
Missoula,
yes. That's where it is.
Missoula, Montana. Let me look at the directions right now.
That's the place I'd see him because it's like I've heard Montana's beautiful.
I've heard it's beautiful.
Yeah,
it's gorgeous.
I'm looking.
We had a great time.
How far do you think it is from me? How far do you think Missoula, Montana is from Grand Island, Nebraska?
500 miles.
Well, hour. Let's go with how long do you think it would take me to drive there?
6 hours.
I'll go with 7.
You're both way off.
10.
16 and a half.
Why do I think it's so close to you? I thought it was
Montana. No, Montana is like, I have to go through.
Oh, you have to go through Wyoming.
Yeah, I have to go through all of Wyoming and most of Montana.
Right. I forget how north Montana is.
How far is LA from you?
Los Angeles?
Yeah.
That's like a 20+ hour drive.
Matty, I can get a flight to Missoula from here for $338.
That's up.
You could probably get some for like $200. What's the date of that show?
August like 16th or 20th.
Oh, it's all the way in August. Okay.
Yeah. That's a 21 and a half hour drive, Matty. I've made it 4 times.
Well worth it, buddy. I took a flex bus home and it came 2 hours late. So the dedication to go on one of those shitty buses,
Oh, I used to do that up to the Bay Area all the time.
Dude, they never come on time.
Never.
2-hour delay.
Yep.
And now they have a thing where they tell you, so it's like running late, and then you click it, and then it's like another 30 minutes, another 30 minute.
Should have sprung for that Uber.
And the bathroom was disgusting, Luke.
The Uber from Vegas
you actually
to LA?
took a shit on a bus?
No, at the bus stop.
Oh, okay.
I didn't poop, but they had a trough.
Oh, the troughs are sick.
But
they should have had the trough for pooping. Then you would have been real.
Luke, I have a confession. I have pooped on a bus.
You have?
Yeah.
Everybody, you gotta go.
That's what
I
it's
don't
there
know.
for.
Some people have
Plus,
common
they put all
courtesy.
that blue shit in. I piss.
That's
on
always
the
like
bus.
the rule on rock bands. You don't shit
Yeah,
on the
no
bus.
shitting.
To be
Yeah,
fair,
no
to be
dumping.
fair, there was like 18 people on the bus. Everyone was on the top part of the bus because it was a double decker.
Right.
I went downstairs to shit.
Did you do a double decker on the double decker or an upper decker?
I
on
did
the
not
double decker.
Because a bus toilet is actually strikingly similar to an airplane toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Plus, they put so much blue shit in it that
Yeah.
it does kill the smell.
Kind
Yeah.
of. It's like an outhouse.
But you know
like,
what? I had the
outhouses
they now
also
have
don't kill the smell.
a pole because they used to never have a pole, and it was so hard to piss. But now with the pole, it's a lot easier. And I have this.
I could
fear that
picture
my
you. You
glasses-
probably.
Well, I feared that my glasses were gonna fall in the hole, and I'm
Oh
like,
God!
what do
a
you do?
nightmare.
Do you ask to get it, or you just say that you cut your losses?
Was it better than the porta potties outside of the show we went to?
Or
Oh my God, those were
I
disgusting.
can't remember. But
Or
I'm glad they have porta potties outside because a lot of places they don't have porta potties in the parking lot. Sometimes you have to take that.
Yeah, you got
emergency
lucky
route.
at porta potties where I picked you up.
They also had a
Station
rodeo
there.
too.
Yeah,
There was
we
like
should go to a rodeo. I'm gonna get you a
There was a
Stetson.
racetrack in Del
Oh
Mar.
yeah, I'm going to a rodeo this year.
They're fun. They're so fun.
Yeah.
I'm going
You know,
to
it
the.
was a
I'm,
nice
I'm going to
area.
the rodeo. I'm going to Frontier Days in Wyoming this year.
Wow.
That's awesome. We stayed in
Where
Solano
in Wyoming?
Beach.
It's in. Oh, goddamn. There's
Was
like
it
4. There's like
Jackson,
no. There's like,
Laramie.
no. There's like 3 cities in Wyoming, and I don't remember. I'm looking it up. Frontier. Cheyenne.
Cheyenne. Okay.
One
That's
of like
the
the.
capital.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We stayed in Solano Beach. It was
Just a little
nice. I mean, it was
north of San
kind of.
Diego.
It wasn't warm enough to go to the beach. The racetrack wasn't open. We had a good time. We went to a meetup. There's like a Ween. They're like, this is a Ween meetup. So I'm like, maybe I'll meet a lady there or something. But it's
Ooh.
just they find a restaurant, like a pizza place or a cafe, to sell their shit, and it's just all the dirty hippies. And I thought it would be like just crazy cool Ween fans, but it was just the hippies, and then they try to sell you their stuff. So that was kind of a
we
bust.
met a girl that was doing van life, and it didn't sound glamorous either. She's
Oh,
we're
no.
like, we want to see your van. We want to see it like tricked
Yeah.
out, expecting how all customized. She's like, no, it's just a van with my shit in it.
Well, there is a very gorgeous girl that has van videos, and she's like so hot, and she's got millions of hits because she lives in a van. But I don't think anybody cares she lives in a van. I just think that because she wears yoga pants and bends over is the reason why people like her van. I mean, she could have a TP and she would get a million hits too. I mean, it doesn't really matter. This girl wouldn't get hits. No offense.
She wouldn't.
No, she was kind of a mess, but very lovely. They're all lovely people. They're just a little freaky looking. I think
But maybe need to be like hosed down behind the
they
restaurant.
met these like freaking tough San Diego like punks that like Ween too, and it didn't match well. From what I'm reading on the Reddit, it wasn't a good match.
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
too bad because it was a hell of a show.
Yeah,
Both shows.
I haven't heard like I was listening. My favorite song is the Argus, and it's this beautiful ballad, and they played it the last song the first night. And in the middle of it, you can hear clapping. And I remember the clapping. And it's because they threw somebody out that was like fighting people during the song. But I've been to shows where there's a lot
It's like
of fighting.
people fighting at a Willie Nelson concert.
It's
like,
very
what the fuck
weird,
are you
yeah.
doing? Like,
Yeah,
You guys are supposed to be chill.
I'm gonna go to.
I agree.
Go to a Brian
all about
McKnight
love,
concert
buddy.
and start shit.
I'm all about love. I love football and steak.
I miss football already.
Jim, let's talk about AJ McCarron. What did he do?
He shirked the Bengals a little bit. Not really. He discussed something with the Bengals, got out of his contract with them so he could play in the UFL and start.
Yeah. What team will he
St.
be
Louis
on?
St. Louis
St. Louis.
Battlehawks, baby. They still hold his
Wow.
rights.
Are they bringing back their?
Everyone was talking about this for like the last, ever since like rosters and whatnot were
Yeah.
named, because St. Louis was like the one team that didn't have any quarterbacks.
Are they bringing back their coach?
Yeah, Anthony Becht. He's all the coaches are basically still there. So they got the coach, they got the quarterback. They're actually
Yep.
they're in a really good spot. I think Birmingham is looking like the best team.
And what's the first week of the season?
March 30th, baby.
We psyched?
I'm Matty.
What week is that of March Madness? Is that like Sweet 16 week?
And
I'll ask you one other question.
I don't know. I'm gonna look up the dates.
As a guy that loves the XFL or Spring League, do you think it's a good idea to start it now, right when football ends and people still want football, or after like kind of when March Madness kind of dies down?
It's sort of a double-edged thing. I personally, I like starting it now. Well,
yeah, I agree.
Everyone's still in football mode.
Yeah.
You do have to compete with March Madness, especially those like first 2 weeks. It's real rough.
I think just the first weekend is what you have to deal with.
I prefer to start it now, but I get them not starting it now. So
well, how about if I was the commissioner? This is what I would do.
By the way, Matty, it's the Elite Eight.
Okay.
That's that weekend.
All right. Well, this is what I do. I would start it now, have a bye week for every team the first week of March Madness.
Or, so I talked about this with Uncle Rico a little bit. Why not?
Yeah.
I get that maybe the TV and you might have some scheduling dates with your venues.
Mm-hmm.
Why not, if you can, play during the week?
Yeah,
have a Monday and a Thursday.
Well, Thursday is March Madness too. Like that's a big night. When the Sweet 16 happens, or the first night,
make the season a little bit longer. Yeah, play a couple Monday night games
and give the guys a week off.
Yeah,
I mean that's the hard part when everybody likes it, and then when March Madness comes, unfortunately, like the brackets just kind of sweep the nation.
That's why I'm okay with them starting late March.
And the funny thing is, once baseball was a threat, like nobody cares about baseball. It's crazy.
I feel like baseball, no one cares about. Basketball, not nearly as many people care about. I think it'll do really well.
Did you watch the NBA All-Star Game, Jim?
I watched clips of it so I could see the court, because the court.
Well, you guys?
So it was like a digital like billboard sort of court. It was really cool.
Did they do that? Yeah, right. Okay.
For part of it, they did that for part of it.
Okay.
Did it have ads on it, like ads on the bottom?
Yeah, just like any other court.
Well, that's cool though. They can rotate them in and out and make more money.
Why don't they do something like it's the ocean? Like they're walking.
They probably could.
That'd be awesome.
What do you guys
could do like some sick graphics with it? Like they did some really cool graphics with it.
Do you guys think this NBA All-Star Game is going to continue? Nobody likes it.
And now it's even worse because like the NBA All-Star Game has been a joke for a while.
Yeah.
But none of the contests are even fun anymore.
No.
Like the slam dunk contest and 3-point contest used to be really fun.
Well, I think the guys don't want to get hurt. They don't want to compete. And it's sad because I'm an old, I always go back in my day, and I'll start it like, I remember Bird and Magic, and they wanted to kick each other's ass in the All-Star Game, and it meant something. I remember one year when Shaq was really cocky. He's like a second or third year. They were trying to make sure he didn't score. Imagine that.
Right.
Like it was competitive. Now it's like they just fuck around. There's no defense.
Even the contests themselves are boring.
Yeah,
like the slam dunk contest itself this year was stupid.
The Steph Curry faced that WNBA player in a 3-point competition.
Was that Sabrina Ionescu? Yeah, he did. That was fun. That was a little fun.
So that was your favorite?
That was my favorite event. None of them were good.
What do you think they should do? Because at this point, I don't think you can make a competitive game. These guys are just too rich and they don't care. This is a break for them.
Is there any more dunks people can do that nobody's seen that would like
offer money and have like bench players play?
They make so much money though. The thing
is,
like,
most of these guys that play are making about 10 times more than Michael Jordan made a year.
Exactly.
Damn it, you're right.
I mean, this is why they don't compete. Like,
What if
when I was
competitive eating?
My friends and I, we would actually get together.
It'd be awesome.
We'd get together and actually watch like the Saturday night.
Sure.
The 3-pointer. It was like we get pizza and we watch. It was a big deal. And now nobody cares.
What if we combine the two and have the NFL All-Stars and the NBA All-Stars play a game of each?
That would be amazing. That's better.
Okay, like
ideas,
I would
Jim.
almost remember those MTV Rockin' Jock,
Yeah, that'd
like
be fun.
softball games and basketball games. Those were really competitive.
Well, they would have charity games, right?
Mark Wahlberg and Dean Cain would go out there they were out for blood when they played.
Dude, Dan Cortez was the man.
Dan Cortez from MTV's The Grind.
NBA All-Stars, bring back
Oh, wait,
Pros
no, that's
versus
Eric
Joes.
Mace, sorry.
Bring
How
back
was the
Pros.
ratings?
Bring
You know
back
what the
Pros
ra-
v Joes for the NBA All-Stars.
You know how the ratings were? Or...
Well,
I have no idea.
I think they would be better off doing something, more fan celebration instead of just trying to pretend product.
But
Like the NFL seems to be doing with this flag football stuff. I don't know if anybody finds that interesting, but
Matty, Saturday, 10 million unique viewers.
Is that good or bad?
Up 54% from last year.
Hey man, what do they care?
That was the 3-point challenge night.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So that may be just because of the NBA
And that's a good idea.
WNBA Ionescu.
Look, if that's up 54%, they hit a great idea. They'll probably do more next year.
They should find more ways to incorporate this digital floor somehow too. Like maybe they could just create a new type of game challenge, like something you would air during the week.
What about co-ed? I know I've always been a sexist pig on this show, but maybe like like a guy and a girl versus a guy and a girl, like mixed doubles basketball 2-on-2.
Yeah.
Would that be fun?
I think that could be fun.
Like when I see Anthony Davis backing down Brittany Griner.
Well, the issue is the issue always comes back to none of the players are going to give a shit.
But that would be fun.
I know, but having fun would be awesome. I mean, the only issue with is like getting the NBA players to give a shit.
It's weird.
Steph Curry gave a shit. He wanted to win. He didn't want to lose.
That's true. That's why it was entertaining.
Yeah.
I mean, I think competitive juices flow sometimes when you're in the right environment. So I think a mixed game would be kind of fun, like a round robin tournament, because I think the slam dunk is just everything's been kind of done. And sometimes you're like, okay, that was.
Can we get one-on-ones and the winner gets part of the loser's salary for the rest of the year?
Yeah. The loser gets.
Luke, say that wouldn't be high entertainment. Tell me that wouldn't be fun to watch.
It would be fun to watch.
How about the loser?
It's like, and they're drawn out of a hat like the Hunger Games.
The loser gets kicked in the nuts by Draymond Green.
I would love if they just
he just comes in there and just
up their salary.
Yeah.
Ooh,
that'd be awesome.
In the balls.
Ooh, do like UFC and have Draymond versus anybody.
I like this. I like this mix. This sports cross events. Ohtani.
Fun.
How about Ohtani playing basketball with like Steph Curry?
That actually would be
versus
a
Travis
huge
Kelce.
thing if they brought in like these different stars to do different. Like that would be a lot of fun. I mean, even though these guys would suck. Like it would be exciting to watch as opposed to a game that nobody cares about.
Who are the celebrities they brought?
Yeah, they got celebrities play.
Yeah, they were talking about like so the problem with his All-Star game is like everybody's like, okay, this is our big night to shine, and then it just sucks because
I think it's
a lot of people tune out of basketball during the regular season because the games are so long. A lot of sitting out, time load management or whatever. And then they get a game like this where you get everyone together and just no one tries anything. No one does an ounce of defense at all.
Well, if you're not going to do any defense, at least have some like put up crazy shots. Just like keep taking half quarters or just do crazy dunks.
Well, they shot 168 3-pointers.
Yeah. Do that. Do that.
So was that Saturday night the game?
That's not a game though.
Was the game Saturday? The challenge was Saturday night.
What challenge?
We were so weaned out, like we didn't know the world existed. We didn't even watch. I was just so weaned out. I apologize to all the Sports 12 viewers. I was weaned out. I didn't even know. I didn't even look at my phone. I didn't look at ESPN.com.
So I guess they kind of listened to us a little bit because they did a celebrity game.
Yeah.
And then I just didn't even realize.
They always do that.
I forgot all about that. So you guys know what the teams were?
Yeah, give me a lineup.
So you had the Team Shannon Sharp and Team Stephen A. Smith.
Okay.
The coaches for Shannon Sharp are Shannon Sharp and 50 Cent.
Okay.
For Stephen A, it was Stephen A, Lil Wayne, and Aja Wilson.
Did Stephen A play?
No, he was.
I would like to see that.
So for the lineups, tell me which one of these guys you know or whether you don't know them.
Okay.
For Team Shannon, we had Anuel AA.
Who?
No.
Kai Cenat.
Who?
No.
Kai Cenat's a live streamer.
Okay.
Connor Daly.
Nope.
Walker Hayes.
Nope.
Quincy Isaiah.
Nope.
Jewel Lloyd.
Nope.
Dylan Wang.
Nope.
Sir.
Mm-hmm.
Lily Singh.
I know her.
That's Maddie's favorite comedian.
Yeah.
Everybody's favorite bisexual Latina.
No, she's Indian.
Well, she's Indian, Maddie.
Yeah.
Micah Parsons.
Bisexual woman of color.
They had Micah Parsons.
Micah Parsons.
And Puka Nakua. That is Team Shannon.
Oh, shit. Okay.
I know Nakua, great player.
Stephen A. Smith, again, same thing. Say who you know and who you don't. Kwame Onwuachi.
Nope.
Meta World Peace.
Yes,
I know him.
Of course.
How is he playing? Yeah. He's a pro.
He played.
Did he start a fight?
Jack Ryan.
Okay.
What, like the character played by Jim from The Office?
I hope so. CJ Stroud, who also Stroud blew up a lot this weekend.
I'm surprised the Texans let him play.
CJ Stroud blew up this weekend. He's very internet famous now.
Yeah, he's great.
Marco.
Why did he blow up?
Something with the McAfee show that I'll talk about in a little bit.
Oh, okay.
You got a little thing for us.
Gianmarco Tamberi?
No.
Adam
what about
Blackstone?
Nick Fuentes? Was Nick Fuentes playing?
He was not.
Was Daisy Fuentes playing?
Natasha Cloud.
Milo Yiannopoulos.
Mecole Hardman.
I know him. Quarter touchdown in the Super Bowl.
Jennifer Hudson.
I know her.
Jennifer Hudson.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Tristan
Academy Award winner, Jennifer Hudson.
Tristan Jass. Don't know.
And AJ McLean.
AJ McQueen?
McLean, McLean.
Who's he?
I know that name. What?
It sounds familiar, right?
Isn't he a football player?
No.
AJ McLean is an American singer, dancer, and founding member of the pop vocal group The Backstreet Boys.
You don't know that, Luke? What are you, a fucking idiot?
I remember him.
Wait, he's the guy with the crazy goatee?
Yeah, he had that creepy facial hair.
Oh, I remember one time I was so mad because they were doing the behind the music, and he went through this drug and depression, and his big problem was his grandmother died. Fucking baby.
The broadcast team was Cassie Hubbard, Ryan Ruocco, Richard Jefferson, Monica McNutt, and a special guest appearance from guess the ESPN special guest appearance.
Pat McAfee?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Who would have thought?
He said, "This is fucking awesome. I'm gonna curse," so everybody goes, "Pat McAfee cursed. He's so fucking cool."
He should just rip off RVD and start calling himself the whole fucking show.
Was Armie Hammer? Did he play?
I wish. Just ate someone's face.
Yeah.
What they should do, especially because it was an election year in the NBA, they should have a team red versus team blue. And just had a bunch of Republicans and a bunch of Democrats play basketball. That would have been awesome.
Jeremy Piven?
That would have been awesome.
Make America great again.
On one of the rosters.
You tell me you don't want to see Pete Buttigieg post up on Ted Cruz.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Jeremy Piven play.
That would have been sick.
Yeah.
Pete Buttigieg would always travel because he's like the director of transportation.
So who won?
I believe Team Shannon won because Micah Parsons went off for 34 points.
What did you watch though? Stephen A. Smith one-on-one versus who's the guy, the Texas guy on the other channel?
Skip Bayless?
Yeah.
I don't think they want anything to do with each other anymore.
Dude, yeah, they play one-on-one and then donate a lot of money for charity.
Dude, Skip Bayless would break a hip on the basketball court.
It would be hysterical.
How old is Skip Bayless?
But it would be funny because it would be like, you guys
tell everybody
they suck. You guys judge people. Let you get out there, you do it. We'll have a laugh. We respect what you do. I think they're both great. but it would be fun. What you wouldn't watch that?
I'd watch it.
It would be amazing.
I'd watch it.
How about Mina Kimes versus
Clay Travis.
Clay Travis. Oh, that would be sick. Look at this, Jim. You need to work for this shit.
Oh,
Who wouldn't watch that?
I'd watch the fuck out
And
of
you
that.
just donate a shitload of money to charity.
I'd watch the hell out of that.
What do you think?
Or Clay Travis versus Jameel Hill.
That would be sick.
That
And
might
then just
be
donate
that's the finals. That's
the finals right there. The
Yeah.
worst
then
people in
just donate a
sports.
shitload to charity.
Oh,
By the way, Jamel Hill was going to eat a lot of crow for her Dan Campbell tweet because
what
everyone
did she
was
say
bringing back.
now?
No, it was when they hired him.
Uh-huh.
It was just like super, like, you know, he sucks and he's got to be horrible and all.
Oh
this
yeah,
shit.
because
And
she
what
was
did she
like-
want instead of Dan Campbell?
I
No,
don't
she
know.
she was obviously she was doing her thing of like this. Black coaches to get passed up for this.
Yeah,
Right.
Dan Campbell's got to finish the job next year.
He does.
I'm all in on the Lions next year.
I don't love
too.
their odds. I would love them if they
you
were.
think they're going to decline, or you think other teams are getting better?
No. I think they're going to be really good. I just don't like buying them at this.
Oh,
price.
you don't like the actual bet? Okay.
Yeah, I don't like
You wanna
buying
know
them at this
something?
price.
Somebody,
I put a
it's
bet
not-
on the who did I put a bet on? I put a little bet on the Texans.
this comic that's kind of I guess to say woke. He's a big Packers fan, and last year he was bitching about Aaron Rodgers and the whole vaccine and shit.
It was very annoying.
And I
It was
commented,
very
I said,
annoying.
I said when Aaron Rodgers leaves and Jordan Love goes 2-15, you're gonna miss that guy. And he posted it on my wall like a couple days ago.
Oh,
And I wrote to him, I said, yep, I'll eat my words. I was wrong. Jordan Love is really good, getting better. Green Bay's got a future for sure. And it sucks because you, like the Lions, you got to take care of business because you never know if you'll get back there. Even though everybody wants to play there, they're bringing back everybody.
yeah.
You just never know.
Look at the
No,
Bengals.
I mean, hopefully that what happened last year will fuel them.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. Like this other sports podcast I like, they got a call there, because there are a lot of Bengals people, and it was like, you lost the Super Bowl. Would you rather win that one Super Bowl or be in the mix for the next 10 years? And I'm like, there's no fucking guarantee.
Yeah.
There's no guarantee. I remember Boomer Esiason was just as good as Joe Burrow for a couple years, and they lost the Super Bowl, and everybody was like, oh, they'll be back. And they won one more playoff game after that, and then they were never heard from.
Yeah.
So you gotta grab it when you can. It's hard.
I mean, we've had some, lost Burrow years already. So who knows?
And he's injured a lot.
Right. Which is not good for a quarterback.
But when he's healthy, he is awesome.
Yeah. It's great. We'll get her done. Jim, what was this McAfee news?
It's just CJ Stroud just kind of like, so he's been reacting to stuff on Twitter, and then he went on the McAfee show.
Yeah.
And he was talking about a drink. And then Tom Segura and Bert Kreischer bust on the show and just railroad it and derail it, trying to sling their own vodka in their drink. It was very awkward.
Oh, really?
And they both came off like really bad. Like McAfee was like, he was even trying to be like, hey guys, what the fuck are we doing?
Was it staged?
No.
Like so they both the two bears and one cave people own vodka or something.
Yeah, they're slinging vodka because they're just trying to like.
Fucking stupid is that? Like
they just want to sell out like crazy, dude.
Well, it's like you're two comedians, right? And you've been blessed to have great podcast careers, and now you got to like shill a vodka. Like, just be funny for fuck's sake.
I know.
But they got on that. It was very awkward. But CJ Stroud, while they were doing that, he was ripping on him a little bit, and he was actually the funniest person in that room the entire time.
Oh,
so,
okay. I'll
big
check
ups to CJ Stroud.
I mean, does Bert Kreischer have his shirt off?
Yes, he did.
Oh my God!
When does he not?
Jim, we're gonna start forcing you to take your shirt off here for that.
Do I have to? Do you guys want me to tell the same story over and over again too?
And he has a big fat belly, so it's funny because he's fat.
Right. Actually, maybe we'll all just take our shirts off because each shirt off ups our chances of being hilarious.
Maybe.
He's fat.
We also had to be drunk. We have to do a drunk episode.
Yeah. Well, I'll do one high.
I've been drunk during one of these episodes here, like one of the looser ones where I was.
Well, I've
on
done an
vacation
edible
or
one. You
something.
guys hated me because I talked.
No, that was awesome.
No, Matty, that was good.
I want to come on with you and Uncle Rico and have Uncle Rico hate me more.
Well, good for you, Matty, because I'm starting the live streams up this week. So
awesome.
You're gonna get an invite.
What game are you live streaming?
The old 2020 XFL games.
Oh my Lord. God help us.
Jeez, dude, XFL is gonna put a strike on that.
What
They
does your
gotta protect
girlfriend have
that
to say about
content.
that?
We'll see. If it's just my Twitch account that gets like suspended or banned, that's fine. It'll be fine.
I think the XFL should pay you for that.
They should.
They should.
I should be get.
I mean, there's nobody else tracking down those.
Isn't there a thing called?
Oh, I don't have to track them down, Luke. I got them.
What's the thing when you can watch something else and if you comment on it, it's called what? Something content?
Oh,
transformative.
Yeah, if I have transformative content,
I don't think that applies
that does not
to sports.
No,
it does if you like. You can't show things in their entirety.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, there's
so everyone's entitled to show a clip though. From
there's like if it's called fair use, and there's certain rules that you can go about doing it. Like if you're being transformative, in the way that like someone who wants to watch a football game necessarily wouldn't be watching this content of you like analyzing it. Like you show a clip of a play and you're analyzing the play. That's different. That's I would assume that's
because I do watch a lot of like those football player and basketball player breakdowns, and they seem to be doing okay.
But they don't show the full game.
No, not at all. But I know like those leagues are really tight with their shit.
Dude, the XFL should just fucking hire you, or whatever that league is. They should hire
you. The UFL should hire me.
Yeah,
you should be the unofficial spokesman or the official spokesman.
They should also give you the rights to the name XFL.
Ooh. Well, they still have the XFL conference.
Or you should start the XFL again.
I can't. They still own the rights to the XFL, Matty.
Well, I know The Rock.
You could call it the 10FL.
Yeah.
Like the real
Or
number.
I can actually just call it the Extreme Football League, because that's not what the XFL stands for.
Right. No. Or EXFL, the X Football League. Where it's everybody playing their ex-lovers.
That, or it's just retired players only.
Yes. From the XFL.
So that just starts on Twitch?
The streams will just be on Twitch. I don't want to risk potentially getting the YouTube channel suspended.
Are you at XFL on Twitch?
I am XFL Jim on Twitch.
All right.
So your favorite this year is Birmingham and
with the news of AJ McCarron, probably St. Louis.
What do you think about Washington? Did they bring their team back?
I think Washington will be really good. They got Jordan Tamba back. They still have a good defense. They have Dr. Heat still calling the plays, I believe.
Nice. And like the Renegades were not even that good, and they won the championship, and now they're like the flex.
I think they'll be good.
Yeah.
The issue with the Renegades is I love Luis Perez to death.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's a full season starter guy. He always seems to like succeed and excel in moments where he's brought in later to like fix a team.
Yeah.
I'll be interested to see if he's like the full-time starter. I can actually see him.
Everything changed when he came there.
Yes. And that's kind of like his whole MO.
Yeah.
He's never really like the guy the whole season ever.
I mean, I never even heard of him. Like I didn't know where he played college.
It's like Texas A&M Corpus Christi, I think.
Yeah, some of these guys are from some small schools, but hey, like
also professional bowler. He could be a professional bowler if he
like
wanted
that
to.
Quarterback for the Bears this year, Badgett, was that his name?
Oh,
I mean, he came out of nowhere.
Badgett. Where did he play?
What was he from?
It was the most bizarre college I've ever heard.
Tyson Badgett went to Shepherd University.
Oh, that's right, Shepherd.
And we have no idea where Shepherd is.
West Virginia. Shepherdstown, West Virginia.
Wow. Putting it right on the map.
That's pretty good.
He won a couple NFL games.
He did. I'm hyped for the guy. I wonder if in like 2 or 3 years you might see him hopping around the UFL.
He might get a start in the NFL, another team, or
he'll get like a backup role, I bet.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking at the careers now for the UFL, Matty. There's 9 openings available.
I have another question for you boys.
Manager marketing,
The Patriot documentary looks very good. It's not supposed to be a fluff piece. I have not seen it. I hope it's not a fluff piece. Would you guys want to cover it, or is it just
What's it on?
Apple?
Is it?
Oh,
It
Do you
just
not have
came
Apple,
out.
Jim?
no, but I can find a way to watch it.
I mean,
can
they
find a way to
supposedly
watch it.
they're gonna cover everything. Like they're not gonna dance around Spy
Is it just like a
Gate,
1 hour
like-
documentary, or is this like a
No,
series?
it's 10 parts.
Okay.
Are they gonna cover Hernandez?
I mean, you guys, yeah, they said they covered. Like they're not gonna. It's not gonna be like Florida where Aaron Hernandez was there shooting people and we forget to mention it.
Right.
It's
Let's talk
supposedly
about it
supposed to
later because
be-
that's kind of a heavy commitment.
Just a thought. I'm
I'm not
excited to watch it. I gotta
opposed-
figure out how to get Apple. You know what
to
they
it.
do? They don't really let you steal it because you have to put like your phone up to the thing, like the little bar thing, the code. So you don't have a password. Like I know my sister has an Apple, but I don't. I gotta figure it out tonight.
when she comes by, just have her log in for you.
Yeah, well, I'll be like, hey, can you come over? So
Doesn't
She
she
was
ever
there-
just
yeah.
pop by and visit her brother and sister?
well, she might because I'm watching this dog that likes her dog, so she might come by. But
Mhm.
I'm excited to watch it. Like I wish I could watch. Like I'll probably, it looks good and it looks not like a fluff piece. And I've watched them for 20 years, but people are sick of them. I mean, someday they'll do one about the Chiefs, and you'll get to hear about Kelsey and Swift and
Yeah,
Mahomes.
I kind of feel like 10 episodes might wear.
By the
the
way, I'm gonna
audience down a little bit
defend.
for-
I'm gonna defend Brittany Mahomes because there's a video where
Wow.
she
Never thought I would hear
embraces,
this.
Yes.
Clyde.
Huh?
Who's the running back? Not Isaiah Pacheco, but Clyde. The guy.
Edwards
Hilaire?
Hilaire.
Yeah. So they like embrace and they hug, and people are like, "Oh my god, look at her hugging him." It's like, who gives a fuck? Who cares? She's probably friends with everybody.
Wait, they're like it was controversial. Like
Yeah,
she's
people are like,
hugging
"Oh my god, look
a
what
player
she
she
did."
probably knows well.
Yeah,
like-
they're at the parade and he like picks her up in like a hug. Like she's like, "Oh, it's good to see you." And he,
Yeah,
like,
he's
picks
been
her
on
up.
that team for years. Like,
I don't see the controversy. Like there's
Yeah.
other times she's annoying, but like you're reaching, and
he's probably been over their house
I
many
might have to
times, you know,
defend
like-
Jackson Mahomes because what I heard
Whoa, what is going on here
Yeah.
today?
during the parade, there was a child that was lost his parents, not dead, but like couldn't find his parents. And supposedly Jackson was helping the kid like relax and be okay. I don't know. That's
He
just
put
a
him on a
rumor.
TikTok video.
Yeah,
like,
maybe it's like PR.
danced
to, like,
around
get
the
good
the
PR.
lost child.
Yeah, but that's the word. I don't know if it's true or not, but if it is, good on you, Jackson. You're growing up.
Wow.
I'm
No
I
more.
gotta call it fair and square
Look
if
at
this
that.
shit is true.
Maddie's turned around on the Mahomes family. What about his
Yeah.
dad?
His dad was always
Apparently,
cool.
when he was drunk driving, he was trying to save someone that was injured
Yeah.
in his back seat, so he had no choice.
I don't know,
His dad's always been cool.
Yeah. I mean, he's played on every baseball team possible. I think he's been on like 8 teams. He was a real journeyman.
Yeah. Journeying
Must
the
be-
other night.
It must be fun to watch his son, though. I mean, Patrick is he's already a legend
Yeah.
for sure. And I hate the Chiefs, but like I gotta give it to him. Like he just knows what to do. He's a great player.
Yeah. It's amazing. All right.
Can't
You
knock him.
guys got anything else tonight?
Just
I've
Ween
got
was
one more
awesome.
thing.
One
I've
more
got-
thing.
I've got one more thing as a callback. So you guys
Sure.
talked about an NFL head coach whose son is on the Washington staff.
Mhm.
There are a couple other connections on the Washington
Ooh.
staff.
Okay.
Both sons. Do you guys know who?
Both sons.
Both sons of like coaches, for like past coaches.
No idea.
Give us a hint.
Yeah.
Uh, one of them close, Matty. You're on the right track, but the guy's dad was a NFL legend and a college legend as a coach.
As a coach.
His dad is also very old.
Jimmy Johnson's kid?
No. He recently retired.
Oh, recently retired.
It's not Saban, no.
No, NFL head
Pete
coach.
Carroll's.
Well,
Luke
Saban.
is right. Luke is right. Brendan Carroll is on the staff.
What's he doing?
He is the offensive coordinator
So
of
you
the
got-
Washington Huskies.
Oh, so
you
both
got-
coordinators are like legends' kids. That's
That's
amazing.
wild.
Oh.
And as a defense, I think it's a defensive.
Yeah.
So he's the offensive coordinator, but let me see. Also for quality control and offense,
Yeah.
Jack Del Rio,
Jack
kid.
Del Rio.
his
What?
kid,
Good.
Oh,
his kid, Luke Del Rio, is
Yeah.
on the
Lukey
staff.
Del Rio.
Yeah, Luke was a bad quarterback for Florida.
Yes, he was.
Oh,
He
that
was
was
not
him,
very
right?
good.
Yeah.
So this is all just like this is nepotism 101 from Washington.
Yes.
Well, you usually go in your father's business. It's just the way the world works. People get worked up by it, but it's like that's how the world works. You go in your
A
you
lot
go
of
in
these
your
guys
father-
did come from Arizona with Jeb Fish.
Yeah.
Like Brendan Carroll was with him at Arizona.
Okay, well that's good. I mean,
I'm
maybe
curious
Washington.
to see how the Belichick kid does.
I think he'll do
Like-
good.
I mean, you always got to make a phone call to your dad.
You'll have to see it in a couple years because this roster is depleted.
Yeah, it's too bad. But I mean, if he did what he did with Arizona last year, we'll
Give him a
see.
couple years. Give him a couple
Yeah,
years.
we'll give him a couple years.
3 years, he turned that place around big time.
We'll see if
do
he
it
can
again.
turn it around faster than Dion turns around Colorado.
Well, guess who signed that Colorado?
Who dat?
Gage Goldberg,
What?
Oh,
Is that your
Yeah.
son?
Bill Goldberg's son.
that's
He,
amazing.
he committed to Duke. He left Duke, and now he's going to Colorado.
What does he play?
Linebacker.
Oh man.
But he's kind of going on as a walk-on. Now he has a connection with Dion because I saw one time when Dion was on the NFL Network, Bill Goldberg was on the Falcons, and they were very close. So they do have that connection.
Wait, Bill Goldberg was he was
He played on the Falcons.
with Dion?
Yeah,
I didn't know that. That's
Yeah,
crazy.
yeah.
I forgot he had an NFL.
he was a very good player at Georgia, Bill Goldberg.
Wow.
So who's
Nothing
next?
scarier than a
People
big
always
Jewish
ask me if I'm related to Bill Goldberg, and I'm like, yeah, we look alike.
There's
yeah,
about
sure.
20,000 families with the name Goldberg in Los Angeles, so I don't.
It's where you go other places because they don't see
Right.
a lot of Goldbergs, and then
Right.
like I'm always like they're gonna say something weird to me, and instead they go, like the wrestler. They
Yeah.
get so
That's my
excited.
dad. Can't you see it?
Yeah.
My mind is always blown by just how much coaches get recycled. Do you guys know who the offensive coordinator, since we were talking about it, who the OC at Colorado is?
No.
It's Pat Shermer.
Wild. Soon his son's gonna be
Wait,
coaching.
is that the
Giants.
Who was there
Giants,
last
Wake
year?
Forest.
That was Sean Lewis, who was the old Kent State coach.
Yeah.
But then Sean Lewis got demoted. Now Sean Lewis is at
Oh,
San
but wait,
Diego
look
State.
at this. Guess
Oh.
who's the DC in San Francisco now? The
Who?
greatest. Talk about recycling. Who was the greatest Chargers coach? Brandon Staley.
Oh, that makes sense.
He was a
Okay.
good DC. He was a good
Yeah.
Terrible
DC.
head coach. But that's how it
Yes.
goes. Everybody gets recycled.
That's true.
Yeah.
Once you get once you get in with coaching, you're just in forever.
Right. It is a sort of like you can fuck up as bad as you want, and you'll always find a job that pays you $500,000 a year somewhere. Like
It's got to be tough on a family though, because like you're just moving all the time. I mean, some
Yeah.
of these lower guys that are receivers, coaches, and special teams, like they're moving every year.
But a lot of like high paying jobs are like that because
Yeah.
the markets are so small for them that
Sure.
you just have to go from city to city with different.
Well, if you
jobs.
have kids, it's got to be so hard on them because there's changing schools every year.
I
and
think
it's
some
like-
of them keep them in a certain place and then just
True.
go.
Yeah.
for
That's
the-
what, so like we talked about with the Georgia State guy. So
Mhm.
now he's the tight ends coach at South Carolina. When he was at South Carolina before,
Hmm,
he did the interim after Spurrier left,
yeah.
and he just kept his family in South Carolina the entire time he's been at Georgia State.
Wow.
Interesting.
That's so weird. I mean, that's like worse than
Look-
like how often do you ever see them? Like,
Apparently every week he never missed a game this year of his son's football in high school. So
wow. Okay.
he made every single game.
Good for him. He's a good father like me.
Even when Georgia State would play on the road, he would fly separate from the team to go watch his son play football.
That's
That's
probably
awesome.
in the contract that he's allowed to do that.
Yeah, imagine like if he flew somewhere and he couldn't get to where the team was playing.
Would have been
like,
hilarious story.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's fucked up. But good for him for being a good family man and supporting his child.
Yeah. I'm a good family man too.
Yeah,
Matty, you're just a good man.
that's right.
A
You're more than
gentleman, a
just a friend.
scholar, and a mensch. You know what's crazy? When I was I took a bus back, like I said, I was listening to Ween, and I was listening to the videos from the concert. Some guy put up some really good, did some good videos from the show.
Yeah.
It was like, I was like, man, this is so good. And then they put up a picture of the freaks that were there. They did a huge photo, Luke. I'm gonna send you guys this photo and then we'll end the episode because it's hysterical. Like, I don't think Jim realizes how freaky these people are. You guys ready for this picture?
Yes.
Probably not.
I think Jim would fit right in now. Luke and XFL Jim.
Oh, you're just
Hold on.
sending it to us?
Yeah, 1 second.
Well, hold it up too, because my phone's in the other room.
Okay. Hold on 1 second.
Captivating.
I'm ready,
material
Matty.
right here.
Yeah, can you see
Podcasting
this?
is a visual medium.
Yes.
Can you see that, Luke?
Look at those freaks.
Yeah.
There's a breast up.
Oh, there's
This
that
girl-
little guy.
This girl
This-
popped out her titty.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, she did.
I saw some boobs there.
But it's
You see
okay
it?
because she's got it covered.
wow.
Yeah, so these are all the people, and I think these like real like
This is a good crowd.
I
You
think
know
these
what's
real surfer tough guys just started popping them.
I think I can smell this picture, Matty.
Oh,
I got it. I'm gonna take the like a 40-minute shower in like about 10 minutes. I'm gonna scrub my body because I was there for 7
it's
hours.
funny, dude. I noticed you and I are both wearing the shirts we were wearing yesterday. Like,
Yeah,
so
but these are the
gross.
people they follow Ween every show.
Yeah. So much fun. I can't wait to go to another one. So we'll
Jim's
see.
like, and he's like, look at these people.
These people are something.
Yeah,
Jim wants to be one of them. He
it's so
does.
weird because the
I don't know if I
band.
could follow a group around just
Let
continue.
me tell you, the band dress is like literally jeans and like a t-shirts that say nothing. So they don't even look like rock stars. They don't dress up. They literally
Right.
wear
Dudes.
jeans and a t-shirt. All the guys.
They're just dudes.
Yeah, and it's funny because they look like young grandparents and something too, but they just rock hard.
And say I have really bad posture, and I can tell the guitarist like he was more the handsome guy in the band. Like you can see that like he's like this because he when he plays, they play for 3 hours. The guitar has to kill his back.
Yeah, you get used to it though, I'm sure. I mean, there's a lot of like the Dead did it forever,
Yeah.
like night after night.
I know it's
So, you know,
crazy,
Bob
right?
Weir.
They probably
Yeah.
just build up like the muscle for it.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Like the singer Gene Ween, he does half the songs with the guitar, and then he does half the songs just singing. And he's so old, he has a teleprompter or a lyric sheet.
Yeah, that's funny. I wonder. Well, they do a lot of different songs that they don't do night after night, so
Yeah.
I kind of get it. But
Those are some freaks.
yeah, just like us, we're freaky.
Damn right, brother.
Freaky
The thing is,
people.
they accept everybody. Now. Even my buddy, I was like, he's very judgmental, and I explained to him like, there's gonna be some weird looking people here, so just don't do anything dumb. Don't say anything. They're nice people. Don't make comments. And he was like, he liked them for some reason. He thought because they don't bother anybody, you know.
Ween just rubs off on people.
It does. It's good times.
Yeah,
I hope
no,
you
I
get
think
to see
Dave
him
opened his
someday.
heart to Ween.
You know what? He said he liked it too. He said they were really
Yeah.
good.
Well,
Which he
maybe
hates everything. He
maybe he'll
hates
come
everything.
to Montana with us.
That'd be fun. Well, first fly to Nebraska, then do the 16-hour drive.
There we
Hell
go.
yeah, road trip, baby. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week for another exciting edition of the Sports Hole.
What's
Bye-bye.
up?